check. Can I get a check, please? 1, 2. We're live. We're live. Today is May 26th in the year 2023. Lots of confusion in the world. Lots of confusion in the minds of men and women. Am I a man? Am I a woman? Is my cause better than your cause? Is my anger justified? I'm pulling a machete out. I'm going to cut your fucking throat. Because of my beliefs. I protest January 6th. Election fraud, I see, in my country, they said. And I get 12 years in prison. Up is down, down is up today. Or has it always been? Welcome, everybody. My name is Marcus Conte. And I will be your host this evening, or this morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to this Friday. Happy, happy, happy. Oh, boy. It's 51 degrees right now in northeast Pennsylvania. On the chilly side. It's fucking cold, right? It's chilly. 51, but the sun is out. And it's been faithfully going up to 75 and 80 almost every day. Beautiful days, cool nights. Something you might like. So welcome to the program. Ongoing investigation into America, mental health, long COVID. You heard long COVID. Right? COVID wasn't long enough. Now it's super long, and there's symptoms. You might have it. You might not even know you got it. You might have to go to a doctor for the doctor to examine you and then determine that you have long COVID. And whatever else you might have. You might have something else. You might have some other diagnoses. Doesn't everybody in America have a diagnosis? What's your diagnosis? That would be a good fucking thing to say. You go to a club and the MC is like, hey, party people, hey, crazy America, what's your diagnosis? All the people with long COVID, step over here, step to the right. These are the people with the long COVID. And over here, we got post-traumatic stress motherfucking syndrome. Over here, all those crazy people, please join me over here. And in the center aisle, we've got the trans community, sexually confused, sexually deviant, sexually curious. What the fuck are you? What are we? Where are we? Anyway, welcome to the program, everybody. Mikhail Sly, my brother. What's up, guys? Champs, Justin Falzone, Jim Gerard. What's up, Zuzu Cooter, David Brown, and Vinny D. Martini, mother effer. What's up, Vinny? Sean Kane, John R., David Brown, a couple of new people. Welcome, everybody, to the program. If you're just lurking and you're afraid to say anything, or you think that these people over here are fake, or they're plants, or they're not. They're just fucking people, man. Just like me, man. We all show up and we try to figure out what's going on in the world, right? Because we really want to know. And at the very heart of this program is one man's heart. No, but the desire to find truth in all things. That's why I'm still here, and everybody else is gone. Right? Because I lay in the truth, my own truth, right? And what I see as truthful, and I stick to it, right, without an agenda, and that's probably why I'm still here. But anyway. So we'll talk about those stories. There's other stories too, and we'll talk about it. So again, my name is Marcus Conte. Every morning at 9 a.m. we're live right here on YouTube. Every morning, no notification necessary. No, time is Conte going live? 9 a.m. on YouTube. If you're watching on other platforms, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter. then that's also, you're watching the rerun. These are recorded programs, and they are kept in secret, a secret place off the web where nobody can access them ever, that I have sole possession of my own media that I have created, and no one owns it but me. Now, what am I going to do with it? Where am I going to put it? Got to put it somewhere, right? If you put it out here on YouTube, somebody might take it someday. But anyway, every morning at 9 a.m., those shows appear, and you don't have to know about the past. You just show up at 9 a.m. And we were doing a live Dharma gathering at 7 p.m., but really, I'm not a night person. I gotta cancel on that one. I just can't do it anymore. I don't like. I do the show, and then I do other things. There's other things in life that need to be done, and I give it my all in the morning. And maybe Tuesday mornings we'll continue that Dharma speech, that Dharma talk about calming one's mind. And, it's in there. It's all in there. I had a thumbnail. Where's my thumbnail? Fucking thumbnail. Where's the thumbnail? Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah. So this is my thumbnail today. Is it a man or is it a woman? What are we actually talking about? Do you recognize the man in the photo? Do you recognize the very young, beautiful Ellen Page from the movie Juno? Fantastic movie about two kids and two teenagers, and the kid knocks up the girl Ellen Page and whatever. But is this who's the dude? Who's the dude? That's her. That's her. Ellen Page is now Elliot Page. Have you heard? Look at her. Look how beautiful. No, she chopped off her shit. I fucking mutilated her body, chopped off her wonderful breasts, and probably, did some other shit too. Maybe she chopped off her fucking. Well, you can't chop off the. I guess you can. The other stuff, the vulva and the vulva, la 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 la. The clitorius, right? And you chop that shit off and you install a something more substantial with dick and balls, right? So you can't make it up. Respectfully, I am confused. I see this as harmful to oneself. I see it as not accepting. It's not a natural transition. It's a very violent transition. When someone, for example, if someone is conservative, they grow up in a conservative family. I'll give you an example. Like if you're a man, right, a boy, and you grow up in a conservative family, and the family is telling you you're going to be a doctor or you're going to be a lawyer, and you're going to like it, and you're going to have a bunch of kids, and you're going to go buy yourself a house out there in the beautiful center of America, and you're going to live a good life, and we're going to respect you, right? You may have a different opinion. You may be, I don't know, some kind of freak, like with long hair and playing a twangy guitar, and you want to live in the city, and you want to break ground in the arts, right? There is a transition involved in that too. But in no way are they the same. Transitioning into some kind of other type of human, some type of manifesting your desires. Hold on a second. Manifesting your desires as a man or a woman, say in the arts, is quite different than this form of violence to oneself. Shellyne Rodriguez said that merely setting up a table with pro-life literature is violence. No. Shelby and the rest of you, take a look at this. Look at the violence to oneself. Look at the beautiful young girl, movie star of Juno, and left to her own devices and the medical profession, she chopped herself silly. Maybe even, fucking how much mutilation, how much injection, how much chemical fucking warfare on one's own self. Right? is done to oneself. There's something inaccurate about that. There's something unnatural about that transition. Right? So again, that's why I talk about it. It's very, very unusual to me. Hold on a second. Let me put this where it's supposed to be. So again, and there she is. There's the beautiful star of Juno, right? Beautiful young girl, right? 20s, whatever. And she chopped off her junk, man. She chopped it off, man. Chopped off the tits. Fucking crazy shit. So let's start here. China, in world affairs, let's go away from the body for 1 second. China blows up U.S. Navy's largest warship in menacing simulation. So China has a simulation device, right, where they blew up the largest aircraft in the world, the USS Gerald R. Ford, American hypersonic. They blew it up with hypersonic missiles in a menacing simulation. Chinese researchers say it proves the U.S. Navy warship could be destroyed with certainty. Uh-oh. I had a guy, I think I said it on the program a while ago. I met a guy, and he says, yeah, we should go to war with China, man. I'm like, what? China? Why? What's up with China? But a lot of people that have that anti-China rhetoric in their mind, they think it has something to do with a virus. They think it has something to do with China taking away your job. They think it has something to do with the language, Chinese, the fucking spooky language. Well, whatever it is, whatever your phobia, Chinese food, MSG. But the Chinese have designed some hypersonic missiles that can blow the fucking U.S. Navy warship out of the ground. I don't have any simulation, but that's what the Gerald Ford looks like. There it is, sailing into Norway. Why do we have a warship in Norway with all these aircraft on it, right? All these fucking planes, right? And there's the hypersonic missile that China shot at it. So it is a interesting twist. Why did this intelligence leak out? What is China trying to tell the world that fuck you, America, and your floating your floating runway where you could shoot your bombs and planes at us? We have what it takes to blow your shit out of the water. So striking stuff puts China, if they're not already in the front of the world war, the arms escalation. If they're not number 1, 2, or 3, they certainly are now. So they got these hypersonic missiles. So I don't know what I'm talking about there. So Ron DeSantis, you heard? Ron DeSantis, brilliant young 44-year-old politician from Florida, might just be your president. He might just be your president. They were bashing him yesterday. They said Twitter crashed when Ron DeSantis, what a disaster, what a mess. But what the fuck are you talking about? Ron DeSantis got over 1 million people that jammed into Twitter to hear him speak. Now, that's impressive, right? I remember Bernie Sanders was on the Young Turks, and they had at one point they had 60,000 people watching live, which was crazy, or even more. I don't remember what the numbers were, but they were very high on YouTube. But Ron DeSantis crashing Twitter, make no mistake about it, that's a good thing. And what better way to get attention than crashing a social media site because there's too many people? It's fucking stupid to think that that's a bad thing, right? But he raised $8.2 million in 24 hours. This guy's a real player. Ron DeSantis has a shot, man. I think Ron DeSantis, again, there's no politics here. I'm just a scorecard. I keep the score, motherfucker, right? I know people love Trump. They love Biden. They love fucking Bernie. They love everybody, right? I don't love anybody anymore because I've been hurt. All of these politicians have hurt me, and caused me great pain. So I'm the scorecard going into 2024. Scorecard, Ron DeSantis looking good. Look at all his perfect teeth, man. He's going to win because he's got every tooth. Are those real or fake, Ron? 44 years old. Trump's not happy about it. Trump's not happy. Trump is, look at him. Look, old man Trump and young Ron DeSantis. Who's going to win? Who's going to win that argument? Hi, I'm Ron DeSantis. I'm 44 years old. Let's go out for a drink and let's go do some sport humping. Right? And Trump's like, fucking. He's looking old. He's looking old. So DeSantis, 8.2 million. Give him a hand for that. What else we got here? Oh, this went under the radar in America. Do you know Joe Biden is off in foreign countries telling people that his son, Beau, you remember Beau, the one that died of a drug overdose or car crash, whatever the fuck, killed himself? Beau, I love you, Beau. Beau, I miss you, Beau. You know Beau? Well, Biden is out there telling the fucking world that Beau died in the Iraq war. Did you know that? Listen to this.
Biden raised eyebrows yet again. We all know his mental acuity is under serious question marks at the moment. And yet there he was telling US forces stationed in Japan that his son Beau perished in the Iraq war. Here he is. Okay,
before we listen to it, now, there he is, the President of the United States, 80 years old. He's off in Japan meeting with U.S. troops on the ground in Japan where they shouldn't be at all. They should have left there fucking 40 years ago. And he's telling those troops that my son Beau died in Iraq. Listen.
My son was a major U.S. Army. Lost him in Iraq.
Lost him in Iraq. My son was a major U.S. Army. Lost him in Iraq. What the fuck? You guys, I mean, is this perpetual lying? Like, just throw out a lie and what a liar, right? What a very old senile man, right? Can't make it up. So I don't know what to make it at. I mean, that's real. Is it a real?
U.S. Army. My son was a major U.S. Army. Lost him in Iraq.
My son was a fucking major in the U.S. Army. We lost him in Iraq. Joe fucking Biden, man. What a liar. What a liar. Meanwhile, while Joe Biden's lying about his son dying in Iraq as a major in the Army, the NAACP, the Negro Associations of whatever, utterly false smear of Ron DeSantis. So just as a reminder that while Ron DeSantis is rising strong and Joe Biden is losing his mind, there's warships, there's warplanes flying over Pennsylvania right now. I don't know if you can hear that. I saw them yesterday. I'm not hallucinating. I'm not making it up. There were very, very fast, loud planes flying overhead in Pennsylvania. Marcus Conte reporting, and they're not airline planes. They're formation planes. It's military. I still hear them. They come over fast and furious. Maybe they're running something. They're running some kind of exercise, but it's clearly military, and it's clearly not being advertised anywhere. They just come whoosh. Four planes in a diamond formation. This is a lead, two on the side, and one in the back. Right? I saw them yesterday. Josephine says we could hear it. Yeah, it was loud. It was loud. Yeah. So anyway, NAACP, the blacks are very upset with Ron DeSantis because he's doing anti-black and anti-gay things, they say. But when you ask them exactly what is anti-black and anti-gay and what blacks and gays actually dislike Ron DeSantis, they have no idea what you're saying. They're like, you're giving me violence. I'm giving you evidence, and you give me violence. It's violence. You guys are violence. It's violence. You question me, and it's Violence! Violence! All right, I'm back. Everything's violence. This shit is crazy, man. This is Ron DeSantis, so I don't think he has a problem there. So I guess we'll talk about Jenny Page, Ellen Page, Ellen Page, now Elliot Page, the beautiful girl from Juneau, is grateful to be alive after transition journey. So Elliot, respectfully, Elliot Page is grateful to be alive after such a difficult transition journey. What was so difficult? What I thought this is something that you want to do. Why is a transition difficult? Transition should be natural. It's natural. You're letting go of the garbage. Why do you care so much about what people think of you? If you want to take off your shirt and act like a man, go right ahead. No one's going to stop you. But you see at the core of many of these mental defects is a desire to please others. So you're not doing it for yourself. Oh yeah, I want to be I feel like a man inside, but I got to cut off my junk and chop off my breasts so that everybody treats me like the man I think I am, or I believe I was born as. Why do you care so much about what people think? You know what? And I got to tell you, Elliot or Ellen, whatever the fuck your name is anymore, that in 20, 30, or 40 years, right? And I could tell you this from experience. As you get older, you really do lose that kind of libido, that kind of dog sniffing, instinct to you lose it. You lose that that thing, right? So and it's not a mental. It's not mental anymore. You're responding to a physical fucking feeling of fear of others. And what I'm saying is, in 20, 30, or 40 years, Miss Page is not going to be happy with having cut off her fucking junk. So the trans actor came out as the actor came out as transgender in 2020. She wrote a book called Page Boy. Oh, really? She's writing a book. So there she is. Protect trans kids. Oh, they're violence. There she is. So this is what she did to herself. She's now living her life as a man. She cut off her breasts, probably inserted and installed some other kind of equipment as well. My experience as a trans person and this life I have and the privilege I have does not measure to the reality of most trans lives, said the 36-year-old. So she has trans privilege. She said it on her own watch. Trans privilege. Where is she? She's very privileged. She made all those millions of dollars in the movie industry as a young girl, and she duped everybody. She duped everybody. I'm a man now. Fuck you. Right? She's acting out the second part of her life. The first act was, I'm a smart, overly educated, overly intelligent young girl, and everybody wants to mount me and give me a baby, but really, I'm really a man screaming out from the inside. Now she's acting out the man side. So maybe when she's 50 and she's fucking, what's the swimmer's name? Jenner. Fucking guy chopped off his shit and became a woman. Maybe Ellen will remove or maybe she saved the vagina. You don't know because the article doesn't say it. But I would like to know. I would like to know, does Ellen still have the equipment down below? If anybody can confirm that. If anybody's ever been there, can we confirm that Ellen still has the female parts? Because it does look like later in life she may be grateful that she held on to some of those parts. Although your breasts will never grow back. What a disaster. What a self hateful thing to have done, to have chopped off your breasts, right? It's mutilation, right? It's crazy, right? What else do I want to say about it? This is what she says. It feels so fucking good soaking in the sun now. She doesn't wear any layers. She lays out in the sun. It feels so fucking good soaking in the sun now. I never thought I can experience this. The joy I feel in my body. I am so grateful for what gender affirming care has allowed me, and I look forward to sharing more of my journey soon. Hashtag trans joy. She's very joyful, man. But obviously the question is, why did you need to do all this to enjoy the sun? It feels so good soaking in the sun now. Why didn't it feel good? Why didn't it feel good soaking up the fucking sun before you did that to yourself? What was wrong with you in your mind that didn't allow you to connect with the sun? The sun was still there, and so were you. But in your mind, you couldn't, you're so distracted by this. Right? By your tits was so distracting. These are mental fucking disorders. These are sexually fucking confused people. That's what they are, man. So, but still, it was a great movie, right, Juno, excuse me. She could have gone topless, says Weevil Girl. Right, why not? Just take your shit off, man. Take the fucking shirt off. Nobody cares. You care. Look at the dogs. Look at those dog men. They're looking at me. They want to, fucking men. They want to hump me. They don't know that I'm a man too. You're doing it for other. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for other, I think. So crazy stuff, man. Fucking chop your shit off. So Shellyne Rodriguez, you remember how could you forget? I talked about it 3 days in a row. Was let out of prison. She was let out of jail. She surrendered yesterday for chasing the New York Post reporters with a giant machete, saying, "I'll chop your fucking head off." Right? Antifa bitch. Confirmed Antifa. Confirmed card-carrying Antifa. Radical. The Larry fucking whatever, Larry Davis shirt, 1986. Worshipping the cop killer, Larry Davis, we found out yesterday. And there she is, snapping out of jail. Where did she go first? Where did she head to after they let her out of jail? She went to Burger King. Burger King. I want to say something very, very deep. Oh, let's watch the video. So here she is coming out of jail.
Any comment for the press?
This is the perp walk. She's coming out. She's handcuffed, obviously, in the Bronx.
Why did you use a machete?
No comment, big smile. Look how happy she is. Look, she's happy. Look, I did it. Look, I'm famous now. And what's interesting, that's what I wanted to say about her, is that I told you that it was Antifa. Look at the black. Look at the fucking the creeps around her. And this. Rodriguez, the Post has learned that Rodriguez is suing the NYPD, claiming officers abused her when she was arrested in the Bronx while trying to leave a protest over the murder of George Floyd in June 2020. I told you she's a fucking Antifa radical. I told you, there it is, right? So she's got a lawsuit, some bullshit lawsuit. I'm innocent, right? Everybody's innocent, right? She's got a fake fucking lawsuit pending against the NYPD for wrongful imprisonment. Yeah. Because they tied the zip tie too tight. Right. My zip tie, you cut off the circulation in my hands. Well, don't get fucking arrested, man. She suffered nerve damage. Oh, yeah? Where's the nerve damage? Where you got a fucking knife to somebody's throat. Where's the nerve damage? I want to see the nerve damage, you fucking liar. You're a liar. Liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I want to see the nerve damage from the rip tie or whatever, the handcuffs. Oh boy. Sedent says she will get paid millions. Yeah, that's sadfully, you're right. She's smiling because she's going to get a book deal. I'm Shelby Rodriguez. I attacked the Post reporter, and I'm fucking full on Antifa, motherfucker. I'm Antifa. Yeah, that's who she is. So she got sprung out of jail. What else we got? And while she's walking out of jail for attacking reporters with a machete, some guy who happened to be at January 6th Capitol riots protesting election fraud in America, bringing it right to the Capitol on January 6th, he got 12 years, 12 fucking years in prison. You can't make it up. Oath Keepers Florida chapter leader Kelly Meggs was sentenced to 12 years in prison Thursday for seditious conspiracy and other charges. What the fuck? Seditious conspiracy, right? That's a thought crime, by the way. So on January 6th, this happened, and for protesting in your great country, America, and you're sentenced to 12 years in prison for a thought crime, right? But here, you can chase a fucking reporter down the street with a machete, threatening to chop his head off, and you'll surrender and walk right out the fucking court. Right out the door she walked. No bail. Released on our own reconnaissance. No bail for Shelby. No bail for the fucking psycho that chased the New York Post reporters with the machete. No bail. Walked right out the door, right, in the Bronx. Went in, walked out. But over here, these guys, seditious conspiracy, 12 years in prison. Along with a 12-year prison sentence, she's 53 years old. Also sentenced to 3 years supervisory release. So the Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, says today's sentences reflect a grave threat the actions of these defendants posed to our democratic institutions. Really, really. People that challenge the status quo on elections, that want to point out that there wasn't this system of absentee ballotism before Trump ran for a second term, and there was literally millions and millions of unaccounted for ballots that just seemed to come out of nowhere. And when people questioned it and brought it to the steps of Congress, mostly peacefully, they're sentenced to 12 years in jail. So that's the country you live in. And so if you don't end up in the criminal justice system for that suspicious conspiracy for 12 years in prison, you'll probably get long COVID, where most doctors will rubber stamp it. If you walk into a doctor's office and say, Doc, I've been feeling terrible since I got COVID back in 2003. My fucking heart is pounding out of my chest, and I'm sweating, and I don't feel well, and I got COVID. Help me, I got COVID. So these people, I'm wearing my mask, it's not working. I got 25 vaccines in a row. It's still not working. They have COVID, long COVID. The longer version of COVID. What is it? What are the symptoms of, COVID? I'm almost done. It's Friday. We'll look at the markets, too. Markets, wow, outstanding yesterday. You saw? Dow Jones Industrial, fuck this. We'll talk about that later. But Bing, wow, Zoom, nice. Nice. We are going higher. We're going higher. Hey, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Keep that money machine going, man. That's how we do it here on this channel. We watch the stocks, right? And that shit is going up today. Look at this, man. Look at this. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 48 this morning, 32.8. NASDAQ putting on another 36 points. Bada bing, 14,000. The NASDAQ has broken 14,000 this morning, Marcus County reporting. On its way back to 16 and 17,000. We're going higher. And it was on NVIDIA, blew out earnings, greater than expected earnings, better than expected, and caused a bit of a short squeeze there. A lot of shorts thought that NVIDIA was going to report down and drive the price all the way down, but it went the other way. So very good news if you're a NASDAQ player. We're going to get back to the COVID stuff. Josephine says, Marcus, I bet you can get long COVID disability. Oh, yeah. You're right. That's a good point, Josephine. Maybe I'll, because I'm an actor too, right? I'm an entertainer of sorts. I can go into a doctor. And in fact, I was playing around with I was doing some tests this morning, as you could see. And I could go in and fake a physical examination, right? I could put in a fake heart. I could put in a fake beat and say, oh, yeah, doctor, I hear something that's not supposed to be there. And you go in there and he's listening to fucking Beethoven or something. I don't know. I don't know, sir. It seems like you have Beethoven playing in your heart. Or I hear, what is that sound? Is that the Sex Pistols in the background? Yeah, that's in my intestines. I swallowed them years ago. But anyway, so long COVID, right? Long COVID. What is long COVID? But I wanted to talk about the stock market. Fuck that for now. Apple, fans of Apple, congratulations. You're up $1.58 today. Amazon also up $2.11 cents. Google, the magic Google, looks like it's flat, up 5 cents. We'll take it. It's green. Meta, formerly Facebook, up $2 a share. Microsoft leveling off, down 50 cents right now. Rivian up another 37 cents. Should have got that shit when it was 12. It's 14 now, 15. Clicking up. NVIDIA was outstanding day. It was up $30 a share yesterday. Down $1 right now. No big deal. Got to give some back. And Bitcoin up $250 per share to 26.5. And the medical industrial complex stocks, the people that will cut off your junk if you ask them to. Well, not the biotech companies, but Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, the manufacturers of the holy vaccine, long COVID and such. The longer, the better for them. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, all up today, maybe promoting the idea that there is long COVID, if it's even there. And war. Do you want your war? Lockheed Martin and Raytheon both up this morning over a percentage point. Lockheed Martin up $5 a share. Raytheon up $1. Where are they getting their war? They got their war today? Did they get a war? Is there a war that I don't know about? Oh, yeah, the China thing. Right, that's right. China can blow our fucking ships up, man. You haven't heard? And what does that do? There's a good connection right there. We talked about China developing simulations, blowing up our ships in a simulation format. And that to that is, you know, people like Lockheed Martin and Raytheon make stuff to combat that sort of attack. So they would go up, not so surprisingly. Military industrial complex stocks. I bet Boeing is up as well. Anyway, man. So, yeah, so that's what's going on. What are we talking about? We're talking about Ellen Page, where are you? Ellen. Oh, no. We're talking about long COVID. So long COVID, I want to know what are let's just cut the chase. What are the fucking symptoms of long COVID? Right? Shouldn't it be something verifiable? Is it verifiable? How do we verify? Post I don't even know what the word means. Exertional. That's made up. The symptoms are post-exer malaise, debilitating fatigue that gets worse after physical or mental activity. Nobody that does physical and maybe mental activity, but the type of mental activity you're talking about, and certainly the type of physical activity you're talking about. Their version of physical and mental activity is get in the fucking slave pit and start smashing those big rocks and make them smaller rocks. Right, or get in your cubicle and for 12 hours without a break, do our work for us. Right, they call that mental fatigue, debilitating. I don't want to do this shit anymore. You got a disease, man. You got post-exertional malaise. What a joke! What a joke! It doesn't define the physical fatigue. It doesn't describe the fatigue after physical or mental activity. What is the fatigue and what types of physical and mental activity are we talking about, motherfucker? Fatigue, just fatigue. Brain fog, brain dizziness, gastrointestinal symptoms. So your brain freezes. You're dizzy, and you got GI fucking problems. Your heart is palpitating. Issues with sexual desire or capacity, loss of smell or taste. Everybody has issues with sexual desire or capacity. Everybody has that. Loss of smell or taste? Well, that comes with age. Thirst? Yeah, well, we're all kind of thirsty sometimes. Chronic cough, chest pain, abnormal movements. Abnormal movements? Like what? What are you talking about, man? I'm not fucking abnormal. I'm twitching, man. So, one doesn't have to study the body much or have a medical degree on the wall to realize that malaise, fatigue, brain fog, dizziness, GI problems, heart palpitations are also related to other things, right? The number one thing that causes everything on this fucking list is obesity and fucking high blood pressure. When your heart is pounding out of your chest, right? If you listen to it, if your heart or someone else's heart is pounding out of their chest very quickly, you don't need to look at blood pressure. All you need to know is that how many times a minute it's beating. The heart is overworking. And is there any other shit inside the heart that you could hear? Like, you could hear at S1 and S2, you could hear whatever that means. You could hear the extra sounds in there, right, by studying the heart. But the symptoms are fatigue, brain fog, dizziness. This is long COVID. Does this really exist? The point is this real? Scientists may be one step closer to developing treatments for long COVID after identifying 12 of the debilitating illness key symptoms. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable that the medical field, I'm telling you, you could walk right into a fucking one of these, put your insurance card on the table and walk into one of these quack doctors somewhere in your area. They're popping up everywhere. I see them in fucking the mall. Like, there's a mall where I live. They took over a whole fucking area of the mall, and while you're shopping for shoes and underwear, you could also go in there and get some pills, I guess, or whatever they're doing. You get diagnosed with long COVID. But go in there, and I bet if you go in there and you say, "Doc, I got it. I think I got it. I had long COVID." and I got all my injections, and I think I got caught long COVID, man. Confirm, please, confirm it for me. Right? And you go in there, and the doctor will give you another pat on the back. He'll listen. He'll poke. He'll sniff. He'll look up your nose, look in your mouth, look in your eyeballs. Say, yes, sir, you have long COVID, and takes out his pharmaceutical pad, and he writes you a nice script, and you feel good about yourself. You feel like you're doing something good for yourself. It never once mentions, hey, by the way, if you exercise, your fatigue will go away. Like, not physical fucking slaving, right? Not hard fucking labor, but relaxing, walking, running. Right? They won't tell you that. So we read the symptoms. This study is an important step towards defining long COVID beyond any one individual symptom. I call it a sham. I don't care. I don't care anymore. This is not fucking medical science. This is not what it is. There is no evolution of COVID. It's dead. It's a virus created by humans, let out somehow, and now it's dead, right? And all the vaccines created to kill it are also dead. So stop taking them. And that's the reality. That's the science behind life. Life evolves. Life doesn't stay stagnant. One cure for every virus your body can generate, right? or have. Right? Everything is evolving. So long COVID, not. There's no way of defining anything like that. And now they're going. Look, they're saying the study published found long COVID was more common and severe in study participants who were infected before 2021 Omicron, unvaccinated, or reinfected. So they're going after the long COVID. Long COVID are the people that got that shit a long time ago. Those are the old time COVID people. I believe I got whatever the virus was early on, February 2020. I got whacked with it in New York City walking around. And that's when the streets cleared out and people were like, man, there's some heavy fucking, I never got a flu like that before. And then it went away. Like everything else goes away. It was a virus. You survive the virus. You survive it. Was I part of a chemical attack? No, that's not theory. The fact seems that these viruses slip out of laboratories. They're created in laboratories for whatever reason, mostly biological weapons, and somehow they slip out, whether by accident or by deliberate. Doesn't really matter, but whatever it was, swept through New York and a lot of other places in the city, other cities in America, and then it was gone. So they're targeting those people, these people, me. I got it, right? Look, why you look this guy? Here's a perfect example. Look at this guy. He lost 30 pounds. His teeth fell out. He's got long COVID. Look, he's got long COVID. And they never bother to ask you, how come your teeth suddenly fell out? Well, they didn't suddenly fall out. They've been falling out since, 1997. The back started to fall out. It's nothing new. I have periodontal fucking whatever. Some people lose their hair. Some people lose their teeth. I tried everything to back it up. But I could be, and why'd you lose weight? Because I took charge of my fucking health and started and realized that if I stay 30 pounds overweight, I'm going to die. I couldn't breathe. I was gagging when I was laying down. And all of those symptoms are gone. All of them are gone. And they're replaced with an incredible sense of joy and warmth and euphoria right at the core of my soul. So anyway. Yeah, these are the people that want, they want you there. They want you in there. See, look at the face. See, it just says it all. I'm a sick person. I'm a sick, obedient person. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Where do you want me to stick this thing? You want me to stick it in my ass or you want me to stick it in my mouth? Right. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, long COVID. Researchers examined 9,700 adults. 8,600 had COVID and 1,100 did not. Whatever that's good for. But these are the symptoms. They cross over into every other kind of fucking. Here's an example. I thought I had long COVID, but it was a 10-year-old tumor. So this guy, he was told, I got COVID, long COVID, long COVID. Meanwhile, he's got a brain tumor. A man from England thought he was battling long COVID, but it turned out he actually had a brain tumor, which had been growing for 10 years. 42-year-old thought his tiredness was due to the aftermath of coming down with the illness. They sold him on that. Yeah, you're tired because you had COVID, and you haven't been able to rest yet. So you got long COVID. It's fucking so unscientific. You don't know. They're making it up. This is a made up. It's a made up thing because nothing existed before it. Is it a result of COVID per se, the virus? No, it could be a result of the treatments given, the psychological conditioning to believe that you have this deadly disease. There's a lot of things that trigger other things. Right? Everything is connected in some way, but is there a direct correlation between things that people are experiencing now and their contraction of COVID 3 years ago? Probably very, very little. There's probably very, very few lines that could possibly connect those things. So again, that guy had a brain tumor. And here's another one. I love this one. Bobby Rexha reveals she gained 30 pounds after PCOS diagnoses. It's been tough. What the fuck are you talking about? What is PCOS? Let's find out. No, you know why you gained 30 pounds, fatty? You know why you gained 30 pounds? Because you're overeating, man. It's not your thyroid. It's not your fucking thyroid. She has, here's the symptoms. Here's the illness. Polycystic ovary syndrome. How stupid. Polycystic ovary syndrome caused her to gain 30 pounds. No, you're fucking fat and you overate and you stopped exercising and then you slipped into a depression and you didn't know what to do and now everybody's calling you fat and you indulge. I went to the doctor last year and a lot of women actually have this and don't know it. But they diagnosed me with PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. She added that the hormonal disorder is one of the leading causes of why women gain weight and are obese. I'm having too much fun on their account. Again, not buying it. Sorry, medical field. You got it wrong. So here she is. I guess, is this the fat one or the skinny one? This is the fat version. Some people like this. They see the big fat, grab on some fat, right? And they like that. So she's exploiting her fat. She's exploiting her fatness. She's making money on the back of her own fatness. But the point that I'm trying to make is, why are you sad? Why are you blaming something else for your overeating? Right? There's no mention here, by the way, of eating. She just put on weight fast. No, you have to close the hole that the food is going into, and then you have to stop doing that. So So anyway, thank you guys. So thanks everybody for joining me. Mark Scott reporting. So welcome, TJ, Mikkel Sly, Sedento. Feeling a little blown out right now. I guess that was a good show. I feel like I did my service. Kazaphilly Camden. Hey, Kazaphilly Camden, can I ask you a question about, have you heard the planes flying overhead? Is it, are you hearing it as far as Philadelphia? Because up here in the Scranton area, there's significant military fucking flybys going overhead. Let me know if you hear them down there. Marcus Conti, MD, says Sedento. I'm no doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor. Again, my experience is working in the medical profession many years ago for 6 years as a dietitian. So I know the arena of medicine, and I know what doctors look at and such. Do I know as much about medications as they do? No. Do I want to know as much about medications as they do? No. Do I know more about health than most doctors? Inescapably, yes. Inescapably. Inescapably. Oh, I think I hear these planes again. Yeah, we got some military plane activity in the area. So thank you guys for joining me. Mark Scante reporting. See you guys Monday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy. Love. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace.